Welcome back to Good Morning Providence. Your current time 6:15. The personal information of hundreds of thousands of Rhode Islanders could be impacted following a hack of the state's public benefits computer system. Governor Dan McKee's office says people who have received or applied for health coverage, human services programs, or benefits could be impacted by this leak. So we want to learn a little bit more about how this is impacting people, what we can do. We've reached out to Gary Harlem, who's joining us live right now. He is the owner of Technology Advisory Group located right here in Rhode Island. He's joining us this morning. Gary, thanks so much for waking up with us this early.
Oh, good morning. Happy to be here.
Thank you. We know that social security numbers, bank accounts, addresses, lots of other personal data could be exposed in this hack. What are some of the risks of hackers having access to this information? What can they do with personal info and access to things like SNAP benefits?
Well, yeah, that's the real problem. Unfortunately, with breaches like this, there's two sides to the issue. We've got the organizations that have been compromised, and as we know, the state has been impacted. But in this case, it's the consumers who are most impacted because now their private information, some of the very information that can be used to open up credit cards or other credit cards or loans, things of that nature, that information could be exposed out on the internet for anybody to use. So it's really important that people watch their credit, and the state will be sending out letters to the people that they believe are impacted. It's probably very hard for them to know exactly who is impacted, but people will need to go on and check their credit with each of the credit bureaus. And it's been advised that everybody lock their credit to make sure that nobody can take action using any of their personal information, and making sure that they watch all of their bank accounts, credit cards very carefully to make sure that nobody has compromised any of that data.
So we're talking about some of the actions that people at home can take and some of the actions that hackers can take. But one big question that a lot of people are probably wondering, is there anything that the company over this, what actions could they have taken or could they take to help prevent things like this from happening?
Well, it's a hard question because one of the things that we know, there's two parts. One is the environment that houses the data, in this case, the state, or it could be any company anywhere, because the threat actors are going after every company, every size. A lot of people that we talk to think that they're not vulnerable. But the reality is the hackers will go after anybody, anytime, small, medium, large companies, for profit, not for profit. They've got no morals. So it's very important that the organizations take steps to make sure that their environments are secure. All their computers are patched. The firewalls are patched. But we also know that virtually all compromises start with an end user, typically through some sort of a business email compromise. And ultimately what that means is people get, lots and lots of email. Much of it is fraudulent. So it is really imperative that end users scrutinize every message, even if it appears to have come from somebody that they know. Every link that you click on or every attachment could invite a hacker into your environment. Now, they haven't released any information from the state as to how that threat actor gained access, but statistically, it was very likely through some sort of an email compromise.
All right, and last question before we let you go. One of the things that we've noticed is that state officials say Deloitte and the hackers are in negotiations after it was announced that the hackers are holding this information for ransom. What goes into negotiations like this?
Money.
Said simply.
It all comes down to money. The primary purpose for these hacks, honestly, is not to disrupt, in most cases, it is not to disrupt the normal business actions of the organization. It's all about money. And it's not 100% clear as to the damage that was done. They have released information that says there was malware found. In many instances, the data in the organization is encrypted and held for ransom. In this case, it sounds like they just copied out lots and lots of the user data, and they're basically holding that for ransom. And if they don't get the money that they're asking for, they'll publish it out onto the internet for other threat actors to take advantage of and try to compromise any of the end users found in that data.
Well, we definitely appreciate your input and your insight on this pressing matter that many people all across the Ocean State are going to be paying attention to for quite some time. We're going to put this full interview on our website, abc6.com, and hopefully, sir, you will be welcome and receiving to us, reaching out to you for more insight in the future.
Anytime.
Thank you.